think as soon as you grab number 4, we're going.
Okay.
Tweet.
Okay.
Okay. We're live.
Oh, dang it, Josh. You didn't give me a second. Hello, everybody. Oh, I don't remember if I stand here
You're good.
or if I stand here.
You're good.
Which foot goes on what? I think it's this. There we go. All right. Welcome back, guys. This is Alex from PTOUnlimited podcast. Welcome back to our pre-show meeting for episode 176.
6.
176.
176.
So, if this is your first time with us, basically what we do here is sit down and talk about what we're going to talk about on tonight's podcast just a little bit before we actually talk about it. That allows for you guys to be able to join in on the conversation, say hi, hello. Also, it makes it much easier now that we're not on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and everything like that. We're only on YouTube. We're going to do the whole thing, so you guys can just stay with us here, and we're going to continue after this pre-show, do the whole entire podcast live. So let's get started. You guys can comment on YouTube down below, and I'll be able to see your guys' comments. So if you've got anything you want us to talk about or just anything you want to say, feel free to put it in the comments.
Okay. Well, I've got a couple things. First of all, we're going to go over the most popular board game, the year you were born. So that might be an interesting topic to talk about.
So we've got 87, 89, and 85.
5.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Also, there were some controversial portion plates that were removed from shelves on Macy's a couple months ago. I never got to it, but there's
Portion?
You know how they're divided up, so you put different food in different parts of the plate.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we got the movie club.
Yes, Josh, you want to explain the PTOUnlimited podcast movie club?
So what the PTOUnlimited podcast movie club is we go through around through the podcast and we get topics. We choose a movie, and as long as 1/3 of us hasn't seen it, we all watch it, and then next podcast we review it. This week was The Replacements. Not really review. We give our full synopsis.
We talk
Impressions.
about it.
Hated.
How about that?
Impressions.
We
We
talk
don't really
about
go
it.
too crazy.
That's what we do. Is we talk about it. So yes, we're gonna be talking about the movie Replacements today. What else we got, guys? I'm gonna.
There was announced last week 2 very popular platformers remastered.
Yeah, I heard about that too. So that's gonna be a real interesting topic to talk about. I do want to talk about Popeyes, the fast food joint. Popeyes.
The chicken place.
I thought didn't we talk about that last week?
We talked about the chicken sandwich thing, but this is a little different. It's just something happened. Something happened. Yep. You have some stuff, Alex. What do you have?
I do. I have some stuff. Oh, excuse me. We also just ate, so I'm a little burpy.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a grill over at Alex's mom's place.
We've got to talk about
burgers and dogs.
Asian trend is what you can put down. Funky Asian trend.
Asian trend that's funky.
Scooters. We got to put down scooters.
Brett, you look tired today.
I went to work at 5 a.m.
Did you nap?
It's like 45 minutes.
Power nap. If you want, I've got Livewire. It's not cold though.
Can't do it.
You do one a day.
No, I can't do it because it's not cold.
I can put it in the freezer.
Fan
It's a
Expo
stupid conversation.
Canada.
Fan Expo Canada.
Fan Expo
Feck.
Canada.
Feck.
Texas. We need to talk about the state of Texas.
Do we want to talk about Dorian at all?
Well, I think that we can.
Hurricane
No.
Dorian.
It's another hurricane.
It's a category
Not cool.
4, right?
I thought they
It was
had
a 5, but I think it went down to 4. And it's only moving at like 1 mile an hour. It's hardly moving. So it's been said that it might be like a 15-day storm over in the Carolinas and all that. It's gonna be bad.
Yep.
So it makes you wonder how football's gonna go.
Yeah, the schedule for
'Cause
Carolina.
you got
and
Miami
Florida.
going, you got the Buccaneers going, and you got the Carolinas going. They're all home games too on Sunday.
Are
So
Backpacks. I'm gonna talk about backpacks.
backpack. Is it like what was it? Dora the Explorer's backpack?
No, we're not talking
Yes.
about Dora the
I mean,
Explorer's
that was
backpack.
a thing, though.
I never watched Dora. You had to
I did, yeah.
while you were parenting. Alex did while she was babysitting. She watched Dora.
Oh, we okay, so here's something. We don't have to do it this week, but this was one of like our drunken conversations from Friday night, but it came up with a good topic. Time period you wish you lived in as a teen, 16 to 18. So you couldn't have lived something you haven't lived already. So the 30s, the 20s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, all that. So a period you wish you were 16 to 18 in that you wish you lived in.
Okay.
So you can experience it. So I don't know if we want to do that today or if we want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if we get to it, we have a long list already.
I was like, oh, that's a really good topic. So, what else do you guys got?
I think I had. We don't really need to talk about it on the podcast, but did you see that Xbox did a Joy-Con patent?
What do you mean?
No.
Like a motion
no.
controller patent? Yep.
Oh, no.
So I don't know how that's gonna go. I remember reading that from The Verge. This was this is about a month ago, and yeah, they're kind of looking like Xbox controllers that can go on the side of your phone.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
Yeah. So it looks like they're kind of. So you got one piece over here and one piece over here,
and that's how it goes. Is that what it says too?
That is what it says. I think we've got a pretty full board, Alex. If you think we're good.
Do you have anything else to add, Brett? You said you have some final notes.
Yeah,
other
he's
than
gonna
that,
keep that secret.
That's the point of a final note.
Yeah, I know. So you have
Right.
that. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
No.
I think we're good. My Twitch, actually. I want to talk about that real quick, just real quick second. I've been Twitch streaming Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wednesday evening, Saturday, and Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say thank you for everyone who joined me. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L, MISTERL. I had a great stream on Sunday morning. I had a lot of people drop in, a lot of followers. It was a great time playing Super Mario Maker. I've been doing something other than Rocket League.
Thursday is opening night for the NFL. We got the Bears and Packers.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
I'm
excited.
This year is the 100th anniversary of the NFL, I believe.
This year's 100?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
is that why I'm seeing
now,
100?
what's interesting about that is that Thursday night opening night is usually the Super Bowl champs taking on somebody.
Yeah.
But because it's the anniversary, they wanted the oldest rivalry in the NFL. So it's Bears Packers.
I was wondering why. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now. So,
Okay.
Candles lit.
Candles lit. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but you don't have to go anywhere. That's the fun thing about our new setup is you just stay right where you're at. You're going to enjoy a 3-minute?
3-minute countdown.
3-minute countdown fun video.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to get started.
Yep.
So you guys just sit where you're at. We'll be back with you in about 3 minutes, and we'll see you this time next week, same time, 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pre-show.
Yep.
So see you in a minute.
See you in a minute, guys. There were little rods that people do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me!
It's time for either or.
You take it, and then you just go like this.
Ding! Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
No.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
Have
now.
a
Portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? They got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6 hours. 4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that Switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
What do
if
you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because they...
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. And then he said rectum damn near killed him. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
That was from Black Sheep.
Oh,
That
okay.
was also in. Oh my gosh, Men in Black
It was?
2. Yep. That's well.
Which
derailed
part?
Right there.
Which
it's,
part?
It's when
'Cause I don't
it's-
recall
it's
that.
the little alien dude saying that.
Oh, in the with the low ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it was in the office or if it was in that, but yeah, that was a weird intro, Brett. You changed things for once. 3 years
Gotta-
of doing this almost, and
Gotta switch it up a bit.
I guess. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? We're already talking about something?
That's what we do.
That's,
guess.
it's a podcast.
Talk about stuff.
It's a podcast. I want to say happy birthday to Keanu Reeves.
Who?
Is today his birthday?
Keanu Reeves.
What is he, 52?
55.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Man, he
Yeah, he's
looks-
55.
He looks amazing.
I was actually looking up information of his while we were watching The Replacements, and he doesn't date anybody anymore after the death of his ex-girlfriend, and I believe it was his kid.
Oh.
Yeah, back during the filming of The Matrix, or right after The Replacements, actually, I think, is when his ex-girlfriend died in a car crash with, I believe it was his son.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why Keanu Reeves is like kind of. He's just. Is that gonna just sit on your lap now?
It's fine.
I can fix this. See?
Oh, okay. That works.
So yeah, it's his birthday today, so I want to say happy birthday to him. He's he's huge this year. This is his year. This is
This is
Keanu Reeves'
his year.
Like if you say like a celebrity is more prominent like 1 year over another, this is Keanu Reeves being the most prominent. And I think 2020 is going to have a little bit of him too, and maybe
Sure,
John Wick
sure.
4, because 3 was
Well, four probably won't be for
a couple of years.
2022 maybe.
Yeah.
2021 maybe, but
Mhm.
you still have Bill and Ted.
yeah.
You'll still have that.
I don't know. I think that one will be a little under the radar.
It'll be a comedy classic. What is that noise?
What noise?
She's over here messing with the chair.
Oh, is she in the chair?
Yes, and
Oh.
her butt is under the board. And she's looking at me.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to move
The
into?
cat, that is. That was about the cat.
Yeah, we're talking about our cat.
Was that your opener?
Yeah, it was Keanu Reeves' birthday.
Let's just go down the list. What about portion plates?
So Macy's removed these portion plates that advocated mom jeans portion sizes. Let me pull this up here real quick.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah. Give me a second here. I'm gonna enter this in and find my article. I can read it.
You can read that from here? I can't.
Yeah. Here it is, portion plates. I'm going to put this up on our podcast as well. Alex, you're not wearing your glasses. That's why.
Yeah, but I think even if I
Oh,
wore my glasses,
I remember
oh no.
Look at this. Like it goes from skinny jeans in the middle, very small portion, to a larger one that says favorite jeans, and then it goes larger and says mom jeans.
I mean,
It's funny.
it is, but it is offensive.
Well, okay. I mean, you can say
It's
that.
But-
offensive if you're super
But you know
sensitive.
what? As a female, like I would buy something like
So-
that because I think it's
well,
hilarious.
hold on. First of all, what constitutes mom jeans? Because I have an idea. To me, it's, remember in the 80s and 90s, the jeans with the elastic waistband?
The waistband, yeah. There was a whole SNL skit about that I saw Tina Fey and Amy Poehler do.
Sure.
It was actually hilarious. They're talking about mom jeans coming back, and they were like the high-waisted jeans, and lo and behold, high-waisted jeans are what's
So-
in.
Yes, but high-waisted jeans don't necessarily have elastic waistbands.
Not
No,
always.
but when I think of mom jeans, like today in 2019, mom jeans are just like, I don't even think of jeans. They're just, yeah, they've got an elastic band or a tie or something. Like it's the, you don't really care about looking good pants. Like I would call them my pajama pants.
Okay.
Like that would be my mom jeans. Because if I was a mother, like I already walk around on my days off in just pajamas. We don't really get dressed unless we go out.
Mhm.
So that would be my mom jeans, and then my what's that one underneath it?
Favorite jeans.
Favorite jeans.
Yeah.
Which means the ones you would wear to look good.
Good. You're right. Right. Why
And
don't
I
you
don't
just pull that
own
up?
a pair of skinny jeans, so
Well,
Those
maybe,
used to be in.
maybe skinny jeans are like what if you were gonna
If
wear
you're
jeans
feeling
to the club or to out.
oh, I'd call
fancy.
that my favorite jeans.
Fancy. I was thinking about those categories,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
How does that constitute in the male world? Dad jeans?
Guys don't really care about their weight that much to where they get
Well-
offended like that.
no, I wouldn't get offended, but I do.
I don't know. I was
how
just
do
a
I put
joke.
this? I've made a rule for myself while single. I don't leave the house unless I'm wearing real pants.
That's my shorts work for me as well. I normally don't leave my house with basketball shorts. I only do it when I go over to your
That's
place.
what I mean.
Just your place or Alex's mom's
Or-
place.
Or to the grocery
I-
store?
That's if
I
I don't care.
especially don't leave the house wearing sweatpants. Never.
I do sometimes. Alex does all the Well, she's a girl.
I
and
don't
she's
give
not
a shit.
single.
Well, first of all, women get a pass on almost all fashion.
I agree.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
a
the-
girl can wear
alright.
long socks and look hot in them.
So I went out. We went furniture shopping today, and I was like, yesterday, I went furniture shopping,
Yeah,
and I
the,
wore
and the
heels.
stupid shoes.
Yeah, so I have blisters on my feet, and I wanted to look nice, and I said, screw it today, because we went out again to go furniture shopping. Not grocery shopping, furniture shopping.
Mhm.
So I wore tennis shoes, shorts, like jean shorts, a t-shirt.
See, that still qualifies as real pants.
Right.
Yeah, but like I thought about that as like I don't give a crap.
You
kind
may
of.
have been dressed down to a certain degree, but
Mhm.
you weren't slumming
So
it.
here's the deal. I dressed up all fancy yesterday, and I didn't get a compliment. Today I'm in t-shirt and jeans and tennis shoes, and Josh is like, "Oh, honey, you look really nice today."
Did, yeah.
I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "This is." I kind of feel like I'm in mom clothes right now. Is what I like.
Well, you are
You did
30.
say that. You did say that.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Being 30 doesn't mean you're wearing mom clothes.
No, but you are of the age where a mom would wear mom
I
clothes.
know. I think of mom clothes as just comfy clothes.
Sure.
Doesn't matter what size you are. It's just that you're comfy clothes.
Would you ever have to get the mom haurcut, do you think?
I'm never getting a mom haircut.
Can I speak to your manager?
The
Yes.
Karen?
haircut?
The Karen, is that what it's called?
That's what they call it. Well, it's a joke, of course. There's the Karen. It has it's the bob haircut.
It's the bob. I'm never gonna get a bob.
No.
No, I did I almost kind of went bobbish when I was bobbish. I did that the last time I cut my hair short. I cut it like to my cheek.
Oh my gosh.
I
yeah.
liked your short hair.
A lot of people did.
A lot of
let me
people
pull
did,
up. Let me pull up a short hair photo.
Well, it would be in like my either in my. I
You'll
think
never get it.
it's in my profile pictures.
I got it.
So when I did that, the thing that freaked me out is like I really wanted to surprise Josh. So I was like, I'm just gonna chop all my hair off. It was super long, getting annoying, and then with what I do for work, like I was just getting tired of throwing up in a ponytail every day. So I told the woman because it was halfway down my back, and she's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Cut it off now." right here, and then we'll just go
Before
from
I
there
change
before I
my
change my
mind.
mind. And she chopped it off, and at the end, she goes, all right, this is going to freak you out a little bit since you never had your hair cut this short, but I have to buzz your neck. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, or else it's not going to look right, and I'll tell you what it means. I'll show it to you afterwards.
There
and
it
sure
is.
enough,
That's the one.
that's the one. Well, I mean, that's one of them, but yeah, that was my...
That's as big as it goes. Are you kidding me? Can I scroll in on that?
Whoa.
What
I got
happened?
this.
So she
Guys,
buzzed
don't
the
worry
back
about
of
this.
my
I got
neck,
this.
and I was like, oh, that's not so bad. And then when I went to like put my hand back there, it felt like she chopped my hair. Like she chopped it all off, and I freaked out. And I was like, after that, I never got it cut again. I just let it grow out because it freaked me out to get the back of my neck buzzed. Because it felt like a dude, like she chopped all my hair off. It was really nice to just throw some mousse in my hair and go,
Wrong way.
and then my hair would be done.
Wrong way.
What is happening?
I'm hitting arrows here. All right, so this is Alex.
Just pull it
That's
up.
not even a very. I shouldn't say that. There's a better one of your short hair.
There is a better one of my short hair.
Yeah.
But that was like...
You look like you're like 13 years old in that picture.
It does also make me look super young.
It does, and you're wearing headbands for a long period of time.
I did. I got into headbands because that was like the only way to make my hair look like fluffy. Just like folding my thin hair over hairbands.
Yeah. So you got the haircut, and
I did.
yeah.
I liked it just because of the easy styling, but I'm never getting it
Find
cut
the
that
better
short again.
one.
What's a better one?
Go back to the grid.
Go back to the grid. Well, first I have to get out of the grid. Does that offend you, Alex? The plate thing?
Go down. Or
Wait,
actually go up. It's
go
up.
up. It's
Go up.
Not
Not
that.
that
What are
one.
you doing?
What
Right
do you
there.
Right
This
there.
is great for
Number
audio,
two.
guys.
Number two.
Number two. Josh.
What is? It's
This is
right
great for
beside the
audio,
one
guys.
with you and Paige.
This is great for
There
audio.
it
That one.
is.
Right there. Click on that
That's
one.
like your mullet one.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's a good one.
Okay.
That's when I first got it cut. That was that day. I got it cut. I was blonde at first, and then I chopped it off, dyed it. That's actually not black. That's like purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dyed it purple. But in the back, it's actually like to my neck, like the back of my skull.
Yeah.
Like it's got a bob to it.
So
So yeah, there you go. Why did we talk about short hair? Oh, mom hair?
jeans and mom hair. Mom hair.
And, can I speak to your manager haircuts? Although that's longer than
That
the
is
standard.
that is longer.
Can
I wasn't
speak
gonna
to your
go any
manager
shorter.
haircuts?
Now, Brett,
Yes.
you being in management, did you see when you were in management? Did you see that often where they spoke to you and they had that haircut? This is a great question.
I don't recall it happening so frequently that I was like, oh, here comes one of those.
Here comes a Karen.
Uh-huh.
But there's times when you get when I was working customer service and people would walk up and you just know that they're gonna be
Oh,
a
sure.
bad one.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that doesn't offend you. The plates.
No, I can see how it's offensive in 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, actually, I think it's funny.
Did I turn that off? I did.
We were at Target today, by the way, so because we're also just like in furniture shopping mindset right now,
Mhm.
and there's a coffee cup, so your standard size coffee cup. Well, this is like a ×4 cup.
Okay.
And it said like on the thing, it's got like a line at the top that said "Don't even bother." Like.
Oh yeah,
And then,
yeah. I know what you're
and then
talking
at
about.
the very bottom, like I said, this 4 times as big as a regular coffee cup, and at the bottom it said, "You can talk to me now."
Yeah, that's kind of how I am with mine. Like I have these cups that have the
it-
same thing.
Is it transparent?
Was
Hmm.
it?
Because if it's not, how would you ever know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just remember the side of it.
I have
Wait,
a-
I don't think it was.
I have a random question about mugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may not be able to answer this, but you at one time or another, and maybe still occasionally have beer.
Yes,
What is your opinion on frosted mugs?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever have a frosted mug at home?
No,
How
that's
do
too
you
much work.
frost a mug? Just
I-
put it in the freezer?
That's kind of weird, right? Yeah, I think you have to kind of layer it with water first.
Google that.
Yeah, that's a good question. How
let me see
does
if I
one?
can. Let me see if I can do it.
What?
What?
Here.
Google
I'm-
it?
yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah.
No, don't do
I'm
that.
gonna ask her.
No, because then people who are listening are going to be like, "Hey, no, don't do that."
Fine. I wanted to.
Do it with letters.
Yeah.
not with-
Okay. So how
audio.
do you do frosted mugs?
How do you do frosted mugs?
Frosted glass. How do you make frosted glass? That's how you. Nope, that's wrong.
No, because
That's-
they're
no,
gonna
that's
think
gonna be
like actual
frosted
glass.
glass.
Yeah, like
Mug.
How do
in,
you
in a
frost a
lobby
beer
in a
mug?
lobby waiting room.
How do you
Frost a beer mug.
fill a mug with ice and level it off with cold water? Put it in freezer for 5 to 7 minutes. When the mug is frosted, just empty it and fill with cold beer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Paper towel method. Wrapping your mug in a wet paper towel around the mug and placing it in the freezer for 3 to 4 minutes should do the trick as well.
Okay.
I don't trust paper towels
Yeah, I'm gonna say
in
it's
the
like that
freezer.
doesn't sound. I'd do the other way.
Why?
Yeah. What?
Why?
Well, paper when it gets wet and then dries and sticks.
Like
it
it'll like stick to the
stays.
glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we talking about now?
What?
What are we gonna talk about now? Let's move on.
Let's move on from there. What do you
Yeah.
want to move on to, Brett? What are you thinking here? You're running the show today.
Let's talk about the movie club.
Oh yeah, since we did talk about Keanu Reeves. So what the movie club is where we pick a movie once a week and we go through it and we watch it and we kind of give our full synopsis, spoiler alert on it. So we're gonna go through it and we pick one out of our group, and I think pretty soon here we're gonna start taking fan requests. So I think after we do this you get one more pick, Brett, after this, and then we're gonna do fan requests. We're gonna cut it in between you two.
Okay.
So 4 weeks then? 3 weeks. 4 weeks we'll be doing fan requests.
Okay.
So October.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week was The Replacements, and this was your choice, Brett.
Yeah, it was. It's my favorite football movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it's from 2000, and I think it's hilarious. But you guys, both of you had never seen it.
No.
Nope. And
So-
it was a new experience.
Go
'Cause
ahead.
Weird writing. The cheerleader cuts were wrong.
It was. Or I can see how the people at work, when I told them like, "Oh, we're watching The Replacements this week," I can see how they called it a '90s movie.
It feels 90s.
Like it feels like the writing feels very '90s.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
it's-
very like 10 Things I Hate About You '90s.
I don't know what that means, but
Oh, you've never seen that movie.
nope.
Oh. Okay.
I will say that having the cheerleaders there was just it was awful, and the love interest was not necessary either.
Well, exactly. You could completely cut it out.
You could.
Basically, I think it made it so that it's not entirely a football movie.
There's a
There's a
gnat.
bug.
There's a gnat in my face.
Oh, I just reached out in front of you and just. I would say that the actress who played the love interest, don't even know her. She's, I don't remember her name. Brett, you
Brooke.
said
You
it.
gotta look it up.
Brooke something.
Brooke something. That's a
'Cause
good
I remember
name.
you looked it up.
Yep, I'm on IMDb right now. I will say that Keanu Reeves' acting was good. I think that he did a pretty good job. He could have done better, I'm sure, but this was right after The Matrix.
Yeah.
So, Brooke Langton is right. Wow. Alex, I think that hit me in the face, by the
No,
way.
it didn't.
The comedy of Jon Favreau.
Oh my God! All right, he was my favorite.
Best.
He was my favorite. I'm
The
gonna
best
get you
ever.
the ball.
Turn
You're gonna
this
give me the
into
ball. I'm gonna get you the ball.
He's just a psycho linebacker.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm gonna murder your family.
he was bleeding from the nose
Like
every time.
every play.
Every
I love it
scene.
how he gets back on the field. He's like, I'm back.
I'm gonna bury your dog.
So the guy who played the leg, don't remember that guy's
The
name.
Irish guy.
Yeah, let me look it
No,
up here.
he's bloody Welsh.
Oh,
He's
he's
Welsh.
That's right.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna slaughter this. RHYS is his first name.
Reese.
Reese.
Reese
Yeah.
Iphans.
Yeah, it's weird. He's got a weird name.
He plays. I want
Nigel.
to. No. He's also in He's in the Amazing Spider-Man. He plays
is?
Lizard.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He plays Dr. Kurt
Connors.
Yeah.
I don't really.
You don't remember the Amazing Spider-Man? Oh, we got some
The
feedback.
aliens are back.
Yep. He's also in Harry Potter. But yeah, very interesting film. I would say that I would recommend it. It's not my favorite football film though. I don't know. I don't really have one.
Mine's Remember the Titans.
That's gotta
Everybody
be.
says that.
That's gotta be a good.
I like it.
Top.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't love it.
You don't like it that much?
As far as straight up football, I also really like Friday Night Lights.
I like that one because it ends on a bad note.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel like an actual football game could end.
And
And that's kind of a spoiler alert with that movie, but
maybe you could probably figure it out. But I always liked Varsity Blues as well.
Mhm.
And then Adam Sandler's The Longest Yard.
Oh, we were talking about that today at dinner with my
course,
mom. I was like, I
the-
really like Adam Sandler's The Longest
I'm
Yard.
looking up football
The
movies. here.
Water Boy.
Okay, well, yeah,
Guys, we're missing a lot.
but
here.
that's like there's different categories of football. So I mean, that's like definitely the comedy football movie.
I'm gonna
Sure.
list off.
Remember the Titans is the drama.
Sure.
I'm gonna list off these football movies here. So you got Draft Day,
Never seen it.
Blindside,
Never seen it.
The Express,
Never seen it.
Concussion,
Nope.
Never seen it.
Leatherheads,
Nope.
Invincible,
Nope.
Nope.
Gridiron Gang,
Heard of it.
That's Dwayne Johnson.
We Are Marshall,
Nope.
The Game Plan.
Nope.
I have seen that.
You've seen that?
I have seen
That's
that.
Oh, okay.
That's the Disney stupid.
That's some idiot thought Dwayne Johnson could play a quarterback when he is. Look at him. Does he look like a quarterback?
No.
No. The Longest Yard.
Yes.
Friday Night
course.
Lights. Facing Giants.
Yeah, Facing the Giants. That was like a Christian movie.
It looks like it. Radio.
I remember
Oh, Radio's a
yeah.
really good
I
movie.
think that one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's actually a really good movie.
Any Given Sunday. Sorry.
That one's terrible.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow, it looks like it's a star-studded cast
Al
too.
Pacino, Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
And it sucks.
I hate it.
Cameron
Oh.
Diaz, James Woods, Dennis Quaid.
Wow, that sounds like a star-studded
Yeah,
cast.
sounds great. Rudy, Varsity Blues,
Rudy's good.
Little Giants,
Oh yeah, who could forget Little Giants?
and Jerry Maguire is considered a football movie too. I'm not gonna go through anymore.
Yeah,
but
technically that's a football movie too. I really like Jerry Maguire.
I do like Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've seen the whole
That's
thing.
a movie that I think is like you can't really sit.
I can. It's a crime movie.
It's a chick flick.
Yeah, it's a chick flick. it's definitely a crime movie.
Alex, do you have anything you want to say on the replacements that you?
I
anything else?
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't.
I really liked the conversation between the Chinese and Japanese. It's like
You know, I got an Atlas. It's my favorite line in the
Dude,
whole
he
movie.
ate so many eggs.
that was disgusting.
Yeah.
God,
Yes.
how can you even act that? Like, I would hate to be
No.
on set and acting
No.
with food because if a
Just-
take goes wrong,
Sure.
The
You gotta
line
do it
where
again.
he tackles Keanu Reeves for like I think it's like the second time
Oh,
during
shit.
practice, and he tackles him and he's like, "All right, you want to hand up?" And he's,
He's
like,
like-
"I'm just
he's
gonna lay here for a minute."
Get
he's
on
like,
up. I'm just gonna lay here for a minute.
He's like,
Work
"Collect-
shit out, right?
work shit out, right? Yeah, like collect my thoughts. Like I don't know. It was just his character was made it for me.
It's Christmas morning and Santa's coming down the chimney.
You just see a different side because you see him right now playing a serious role in like Spider-Man and Iron Man.
sure.
So
yeah.
just seeing him back then being so young
I'm
and
pretty
just full
sure
of energy.
he's in Rudy as well. I think he's Sean Astin's friend in Rudy.
Let me look him up. One thing I want to mention with Jon Favreau. Let me look him up here. I'm actually gonna look up his.
Other than he's awesome.
He is, yeah. Him being behind the camera he's been doing a great job too. That's
It's also weird just to like see him act like that and then realize, wow, he's done some really good movies.
I'm not seeing it. You said Rudy?
Rudy, yeah.
Yeah. Iron Man. I mean, he played a good job. Oh, Couples Retreat. You have to see that movie. That's a good one.
That's a one-time watch.
I know,
though.
but it has Jon Favreau in like the most
Is that-
manly.
Is that Vince Vaughn as well?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's in I Love You Man too.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a dick.
Yep. I just saw that. Yeah, and then he's also in Deep Impact. Gus
Yeah.
Partenza. He's one of the space astronauts.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Oh wow,
yeah.
I haven't seen Deep Impact.
What
in
about
years.
Rudy?
I'm not seeing Rudy here. I'm in the 90s.
Rudy was the 80s.
It is. No, it's 93. I see him. He is in Rudy. D-Bob is his name.
Yep.
He's also in Seinfeld. He's Eric the Clown.
Yeah, he was. Oh no, wait, no, he was the rich guy in Friends that was dating Monica for a while.
He's also in Batman Forever. Wow,
I
he's
don't-
been on all parts of these
Trying to
freaking
think who he
movies.
was in
I don't
Batman
remember
Forever.
who he was
He's
in Batman
his
Forever.
his role was assistant. Like
Oh.
that was his acting role. He was
Okay.
an assistant to somebody.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that was the movie. I actually enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd watch it. With not like back to back. It'll be a couple of years before I watch it again, probably if I
Yeah,
ever
if you
do.
do.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have to say it was an enjoyable newer film to me to watch. So.
'Kay.
Yeah. Your choice, Alex.
My choice.
Your pick. So.
Well, I had one, but I changed it.
Well,
knew
I
this was
already know what the
coming.
one you had.
What was it?
It Chapter 2. That comes out this week.
Yeah, but we were gonna see that anyway. I wasn't gonna choose it because I was like, no, we're gonna see it anyway. I'm really like, well, we'll talk about that later. But I was just gonna say, I was like, that I forgot about the runtime. It's 2 hours and like 50 some minutes long.
Is it? Okay, hold on.
It's like 2:54.
I know it's really long.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Boy, that's
Can you imagine what the director's cut and stuff's
that's
gonna be?
borderline and me not going.
Did you get it?
No.
2 hours and 49 minutes.
God, that's
But
too long.
it's it.
yeah, it's too long.
You know how thick that book is, though, compared to.
They're probably trying to get what everybody else wanted in it. So I don't. I've never seen, or never read the book, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've only read
Yep.
part of it.
Well, speak up. What's your pick?
Well, you know what it is.
Don't do that. Be a little original.
How is that not original?
What was it? What is it? What's your?
I was gonna just do 10 things I hate about you since he's never seen it.
That's
And it's
not
like-
original. That's spontaneous.
Yeah, but that's like one of those movies where whether you're a guy or a girl, it's wow, you have never seen that.
What was your first pick, I should say?
Well, it was It Chapter 2.
Okay, then we'll do 10 things I hate about you.
10 things I hate about you, which great cast on that too. It's got my gosh, that's
Heath
blank.
Ledger.
Ooh,
Joseph
wait.
Gordon-Levitt.
Mm,
Now you're
I
thinking of
forgot-
another one?
I forgot. Thinking of Heath Ledger. Have you seen A Knight's Tale?
Yes.
Ah, dang it.
I
Okay,
haven't.
You haven't.
Well, let's go with that though.
You haven't seen A Knight's Tale?
No.
We're doing A Knight's Tale.
Really?
Sounds
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Sounds
We're gonna
good.
do A Knight's Tale.
Oh, I don't
But you really should watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
You won't regret it,
And you won't regret watching that one either.
I'm sure.
No, it is pretty funny.
Both are really, really good Heath Ledger movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Heath Ledger, did he ever make a bad film?
Monsters Ball.
I never
Never
saw
seen
Monsters
it.
Ball. Is that worth seeing?
No.
No. I hear that it's pretty like just
It's a weird movie.
I knew
Yeah.
one of you guys had not seen A Knight's Tale, and that's another one of the. Have you never seen A Knight's Tale?
okay. I mean, I guess I can give
And
my
and it's eye candy, so I'll have fun with that.
For,
For
you, it's
who?
eye candy. For you.
Probably for you too. I mean,
Why?
he's hot.
What? I don't know where that's going.
I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes it's just good to have a good-looking guy on screen.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't, it's difficult to enjoy the film, I'm sure.
Is that who's the British guy in it? That's
Um,
naked.
What?
Shoot.
Is
what's
a
his
naked
name?
dude?
Oh crap!
Come
What
on,
is
Brett.
his name? I want to say it's
Can you pull up the IMDb on it?
I don't know what I'm looking at,
Just
though.
look at A
Knight's
Knight's Tale,
Tale.
and then I'll be able to tell you who it is.
Greg. Is it Greg something?
I don't even remember what his
You'll
name
know, Paul
is.
Bettany. There it is.
Paul Bettany. Yeah, well, he's a really good like
Right?
side character.
Paul Bettany is
Yeah.
Joffrey.
Yes.
Yeah, Joffrey.
Chaucer. Chaucer.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Bettany. I know that. Oh, that's Vision.
Vision.
Yeah.
and
Vision. Yeah.
The dude from Solo. the bad guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, he's been in a lot of other stuff too. But
I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we'll do A Knight's Tale.
and,
That'll be great.
Alan Tudyk, he's also in it.
Yeah. I didn't.
Watt.
I closed IMDb. I should probably keep that open, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
we're,
you
we're
should.
done.
Okay. All right. But anyway, so PTOUnlimited Podcast Movie Club. We've got A Knight's Tale. That's everyone's homework. Never seen it before? Watch it. Haven't seen it in a while? Watch it, and then we'll catch up and review it next Monday.
Synopsis.
Synoptic?
Synopses. I've got a couple of choices for next week, so I've already got two
Choices
movies.
as in you're gonna make us choose, or
Yeah.
you haven't decided yet.
I have two, and both of them are great. I hear, so I'm really excited.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Movie Club. Speaking of Movie Club, can we talk about the video game movies that
Yeah, I was just gonna go to that.
the movie video games, not the video games.
So Comic-Con was last week.
I think so.
'Cause this is where this was released. The platformers from Genesis, I think they were actually more popular on Genesis. The Lion King and
Oh.
Aladdin are being remastered for PC, Xbox One, PS4. And I saw this, I'm like, it's a bundle for one, so you don't have to buy them separate. And it's awesome. Or I hope it's awesome, because I remember playing both, and they're hard.
I never played any of those. The only Disney movie I remember playing, it was on PC, and I played the Toy Story side scroller.
I had Toy Story on Game Boy.
Did
Pretty-
you?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to a point
I
where
beat
you
it.
had to like ride RC, and then
Yeah.
I didn't get to play anymore.
So I, depending on the price, will probably get this at some point anyway.
Okay.
I was looking up biggest conventions. It wasn't Comic-Con, at least not San Diego. I know that.
Did you see what the review was on the Blair Witch?
Speaking of those video games, dude, it got an 8.8.
8.8, and said it's like one of the scariest, like best horror games to date to play. And I was like, you know what? I don't really play horror games, but I'm halfway considering just for fun. I don't think I'm going to complete it, but just for fun to have the reactions on my stream.
Yeah.
To go
Blair
ahead and do it.
Witch.
But you are not allowed to walk through that door if I'm playing it in the dark.
No.
Did you play either one of these platformers?
I played Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played Aladdin, and I loved it. I had a great time. I just remember the market, the opening
That's
one.
that's because it's hard, and that's getting through that is a challenge.
I know Lion King is hefty platforming too. But
I remember there's one where you play as young Simba, and you're going through, and it's kind of like Donkey Kong with the barrels.
yeah.
The monkeys throw you, and you have to growl at a monkey to make him switch ways.
Mhm.
So he throws you. Otherwise, it's just like this loop.
Yeah,
Huh.
I remember
And
seeing
then
that.
you ride an elephant, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's a separate level where you're Timon and Pumbaa, and you got to eat certain colored bugs, and you got to get a certain score to beat the level.
It sounds fun.
If they fall,
Yeah.
and you got to run across the bottom and eat the red bug.
I wish I would have played the DuckTales remaster when that came out. They pulled that from Xbox Live.
It's
It's sad.
hard.
Yeah.
I think I have it from the 360 version.
You did.
Because
I remember you bought that.
they re-released it as that Disney Afternoon Classic or something, where it had like 4 different games.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's still available or not.
No, they pulled it. I remember them saying you better download it now before it goes away, along with the Minecraft story, the Telltale story game or whatever. And then there was another game that recently got pulled from Xbox Live. I don't remember what it was though. No, I can't remember.
It's the timing of this release is strange to me.
They should have done it spring.
It's not so much that surprised me. It's the fact that how many Disney platformers were on the NES or the SNES and the Genesis. This is the only one that I can recall.
Those two
Major licensed
You know what?
games.
That's actually a good question. I wonder if there were. Okay, so there was a Mickey Mouse game that started off on Steamboat Willie in black and white. That was on the NES. That was a platformer.
But it didn't come to Xbox One. and
No.
PS4. That's my point.
Oh, I thought you were asking if were there many platformers from Disney in the 90s?
No, I'm sure there were, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they're not getting brought back in
Mm-mm.
2019.
Nobody wants Mickey back.
That's what I mean. So
They tried to bring him back with Epic Mickey, and the poster art looked amazing when Epic Mickey came out. Do you remember this?
with the paintbrush.
With the paintbrush, the way it looked with
Yep.
that M looking cool blue, it was just awesome. And it only came out for the Wii, and then I played it. It was horrible.
It had a stupid peripheral, you know.
Well, no, the sequel came out on all consoles, and it still stunk.
Oh.
All right, so don't play.
So
Epic
don't. It's not
Mickey.
necessarily a peripheral, Brett.
It had one though.
Right,
first one.
but the Wii did fantastic. So.
All right.
But people thought it was gimmicky, but that's okay. No big deal. Whatever. And I like the Wii as when it came out.
I know you do.
I do. Too.
Talk about Popeyes.
Somebody is suing Popeyes because they ran out of chicken sandwiches.
Oh my
No,
God.
my
Yes.
God,
Yep.
really?
I'm not joking.
It's called supply and demand.
So
Isn't it
okay.
though?
All right. Speaking of Brett, I want to ask because I know there was at least one time, and Josh was
Trying to
involved
find
with
the link.
this. Have you ever gone to something like a KFC or a Taco Bell or something where they're known for what they sell, and then they were out of it?
I remember getting Taco Bell one late night because we were all drinking and they didn't have any chicken for chicken quesadillas.
Get steak
Okay.
then.
Yeah, but I
But
wanted
other
chicken.
okay, so what if have you gone to like a McDonald's and they ran out of fries or ran out of something
I
or
don't think so.
no? So
Nothing comes to
Josh
mind.
and I went. I think we were driving to South Dakota years back, and we were driving with one of our friends, and we stopped in the middle of the night to a 24-hour Arby's.
They were out of roast beef.
Yeah.
So our friend ordered before us, and we were in the bathroom. He goes out. He starts eating his roast beef sandwich. I go up, and I order a roast beef sandwich from Arby's because they sell roast beef sandwiches, and they said we just ran out of roast beef. And I said, what? And they're like, all we have is ham.
Their
our
delivery truck must
friend-
have been late.
Our friend got the last roast beef sandwich.
This is how bad it was. It was in Tennessee. So I'm going to show this on our YouTube.
Oh, the chicken sandwich thing?
Tennessee man sues Popeyes for running out of chicken sandwiches. They had an actual poster brought out, and it even says "Be back soon" on there. That's crazy that they did that.
No, it's crazy that he's suing.
Well, yeah, he's not going to get it.
That's the very definition of
gonna get
a
anything.
frivolous lawsuit.
He's not going to get anything.
No, the reason why he's doing this is so we talk about it.
He claims false advertisement, deceptive business practices by entity to public.
Why do lawyers take these cases?
Because that guy is going to give the lawyer money.
Can we get a lawyer on the podcast, please? A lawyer and a doctor.
Yes, we need a lawyer and a doctor.
No,
A
we
nutritionalist.
definitely need a lawyer.
Yeah, we need a lawyer.
We also need a policeman.
Let's get a cop.
Yeah, we need a cop on here
I don't
too.
know any cops.
I know a couple cops,
I know a
but
couple
I don't think
cops.
they're
I don't know
think
if they'll
they're
come on, though.
podcast friendly. Yeah. So, anyways, that's that. Let's move on from there, Brett.
So if I were Popeyes, just take some of your other chicken and throw it on a bun.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. So you have a bone-in chicken sandwich.
No, you
You
just peel
shred
it
it,
off
you
the
peel it,
bone.
peel it off and put it on the sandwich.
That'd be dark meat.
Plus,
Like-
they probably have chicken tenders.
That's true.
Yeah, just put it on the sandwich.
You get a chicken breast tenderloin sandwich. That's what you're getting.
Sounds good.
Chicken tenders, right?
I'd eat it.
No.
I'd eat it.
Speaking of the chicken sandwich, I went to Chick-fil-A on Friday.
Oh yeah, which one?
Man, the one up on. Well, they're both.
Are you-
on,
are
there's
you
two on
gonna-
Coliseum.
You're gonna talk
Yeah.
about the
The
mac and cheese?
standalone.
Well, I'm gonna talk about that too. Yeah, the standalone one. I didn't go in the mall after that. Had the spicy chicken sandwich.
And
Delicious.
I could have told you that. I get that almost every time
how
I go.
busy was it?
Oh my god, dude! Like, you can always pull into a Chick-fil-A, and it's just packed.
Yep.
Just packed.
But their service though
it's
is
fast.
good.
It's good service.
It's packed, but it's
Like, you'll get through.
yeah.
You'll get through in minutes.
It's not McDonald's where you walk
No.
up, you get your sandwich and stuff in 5-7 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
I don't even think it's that long. I don't think so.
I know. I think it is.
But they have this new mac and cheese that they brought out. Holy cow, that thing is thick. Like, talk about dairy and cheese.
What about it? I mean, what's different about
It's
it?
bad for you.
No,
Oh, it's
I mean,
new.
you said
They've
it's-
never had mac and cheese.
They've never had it
No,
before.
no, brand new to their menu.
Cool.
Is
Yeah.
it good?
It's great. Yeah, it's like
It's just
mama's
very
home
hearty.
style grandma's home style mac and cheese. Like,
Sure.
they put the butter in it and the milk and the thick cheese.
So
oh
it's
my,
it's heart attack.
Oh yeah, heart attack central.
Heart attack mac and cheese.
Moderation.
Yeah, I had a small one too, and I only ate half of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Very
wow.
rich.
very rich. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the chicken sandwich. I love Chick-fil-A.
I
love-
love it.
I love their
It's
chicken.
really good.
Perfect.
I really like it, but I never go because I don't like
Waiting.
wait. I don't mind waiting.
Dude, you
I
have
don't like.
one like right next to you.
I
at
know.
your
I
work.
don't like navigating the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like,
Their parking lot sucks.
you
though.
could order
That, especially that location. The
Order
parking lot is
on your phone.
very.
and then go pick it up,
I could. I didn't think about that.
and then you don't even have to stay in there too long.
And every time I go inside, which is never, but when I have gone inside, I'm like, I'm gonna have to stand up to eat my chicken
Oh,
because
Yeah,
every table
there's
is full.
nowhere to sit. You might as well go through the drive-through.
it's okay. It's okay. Drive-through's a thing, but
Okay.
yeah.
Plus, I think they all have. Well, not the in-store location, but the standalones have dual drive-through lanes now.
Yes.
Mostly. Whenever we go to a Chick-fil-A, like on our road trips, there's one that we go to in Illinois that's always dead.
I
Really?
know.
Yeah.
But and it's amazing.
Yeah, always
It's
dead.
amazing.
Yep. But we might be going at weird times too.
No, we've
No?
gone at like 5.
Yeah.
Rush hour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let's move on from that.
Talk about the games.
Okay.
The board games.
I found this article that I think actually, let me try to find it here. I had it up. I think it was NBC or CNN. The most popular board game, the year you were born. So I'm going to go through the 80s here a little bit. I know I got to find it. There it is. Popular Mechanics actually listed this last year. Wow, how come I'm getting this now? So, Brett, you were born in 85.
Mm-hmm.
Your most popular board game that came out was Pictionary.
Really?
Yeah,
I like Pictionary.
Pictionary's fun.
Is that the one?
Is that the one where you and I do really good at?
Wait, what's the difference between Pictionary and charades?
Pictionary, you
It's-
draw,
And charade, you act
you
out.
act it out. Yeah,
Okay.
and you
Oh
can't
wait,
talk.
wait.
You and
Ours is not Pictionary.
I don't remember. remember what it's
It's the
called.
thing my grandma can't play because it's like you have like the list of words you can't say and you're describing it to the other person.
Okay.
What the heck is it called? That's our favorite. Like Josh and I we don't use words to talk anyway. We're like, it's that thing and this thing and this thing. Remember that time we went to this place and like, yeah, it's this. All right, got that one. I don't have to worry about using those cards. What the heck is that called? Outburst.
No,
No?
no. If you would have said it, I would have known.
Not-
You know what? Let me look at the most popular board games, and
It's
I might
got the
be able to see
buzzer
it.
because the person sits next to you on the opposite team, and it's got that real like. You said the word.
Oh, my phone just died.
Oh.
So I know mine. Mine was Jenga.
Jenga.
I get Jenga.
Jenga, is that
Jenga
the
ca-
one where
wow,
you pull the pieces out and then hope it don't fall?
Yep. You have to ask that? I don't know you, Brett.
I don't play board games.
Jenga
ever.
is amazing,
And
though.
technically, is that a board game? That's just a game.
Well, I mean, according to Popular Mechanics, it is. If this thing would load, I
it's
had
just
it
a
up.
game.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not a board game.
Okay. Well,
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's a board game because there's board games, card games, dice games. This is a.
It's more. It's closer to a dice game than anything else.
yeah. So I got Jenga.
Hey, we have that same thing sitting.
Yep, it looks
downstairs.
exactly. Well, that's they're using.
We should play
today's stuff.
Jenga with Brett.
No, we shouldn't.
Because you've never played it.
Because why would you want to?
We could do it right now. I could set it right here.
No, we don't want to play it on the podcast.
No.
No, no, we can play it on the
89,
precast.
89.
Alex was born in '89. She gets taboo.
That's it. That's my game.
Yep.
That's the one. That's the game I was talking
Oh.
about.
What
Taboo.
are the odds of that?
That is funny.
That's the game.
That's the game that came out when Alex was born. That was the most popular.
And I love playing Taboo. You have to play it like it sucks to play with somebody you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you don't know how to communicate. You have to get a really good partner where you don't have to use words
Mm-hmm.
to really talk.
Right. Right. So in the '80s, there was Can't Stop. That was 1980. Don't
So
even know
I have
what
no
that
idea
is.
what that is.
81 had Trivial Pursuit.
Which by now, Trivial Pursuit has so many versions now.
Mm-hmm. The 82 is Sequence. 83 was Topple. 84 was Balderdash, which is a fun game. Fireball Island was 86.
Okay, don't know that one.
And then 88 was Mall Madness.
Madness?
Yeah. So you got Taboo on your birthday, Alex.
Sweet. All right.
I'm just gonna look through all.
Wait, go back.
What?
Go back. What was
What?
90?
What?
Is that what I think it is?
Crocodile
yeah,
Dentist.
the crocodile dentist. You pull the tooth and the thing snaps down.
Yep.
Brett, okay, so you've never played Jenga. Have you ever played Taboo?
Nope.
No. Dang, dude.
You know what? I think that'd be fun and actually kind of like I think Brett would get frustrated playing it with us because we're like, it's this.
Go back.
Go back?
Yeah.
I'm just
Right
scrolling
there.
through the board games here.
13 Dead End Drive.
Never played it.
It was like
in 93.
It was like a murder mystery kind of thing.
So like Clue?
No.
Clue is
Like
different.
a murder mystery?
Can you
Like
Let me look
Clue?
up. Let me look up.
No.
can you
13.
read the synopsis
Read the synopsis.
for 13 Dead End Drive?
Try to. Whoop. That's not. What is happening here? What?
That was funny. You mean, oh, it's like a murder mystery. Oh, like Clue? No.
Try to survive your stay in a booby-trapped house that requires about as much setup as the classic game Mousetrap. Players attempt to make their escape while setting up their opponents to meet their doom through the various traps. Okay, so it's Mousetrap, but and Clue, in
I
a
think.
sense.
Okay.
Sort
Mousetrap and Clue.
Mousetrap and
13
Clue.
Dead
And
End
I think
Drive.
what you wanted to do is kill off the other players with the booby traps. and
Okay.
Make it out of the house.
I think that's the way Mousetrap works too. So I'm just scrolling through the 90s here.
Catan.
Mhm.
Well, can we all agree that the king of all board games is Monopoly?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, Apples to Apples was 99.
Mhm.
I thought that came out in like the 2000s.
I like Monopoly.
Me too.
Yeah, not a lot of people like to
Okay,
play it,
so I
though.
don't like playing the board game, but if we play it on Xbox or something, I'm fine playing Monopoly.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, I want to show you this real quick. A Game of Thrones came out, and that's what it looked like. This is
Uh-huh.
before all the product placement. There was a board game that came out in 2003, before the show came out.
Before
Look, I
so
want to
is it
show
even
this.
related to the books?
It's related to the books, yes. But if you look at this, it looks nothing like the show.
what
No
Wow.
art
What year was the first book published?
of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I do believe that was. It had to have been around then. I mean, it was called A Game of Thrones. I'm looking it up. My phone died, so I can't.
You know, you can turn your phone back on now.
Can I?
Yes.
It's
Y-
at 5%.
yes, you can still turn it
96, August 1st, and he's
And
still not
when
done
was
writing.
the first season? Like 08?
on.
I think
yeah, actually, I think it was like
I don't have IMDb up, so I can't really look. But
guess
yeah,
I
I
could
do
look.
remember. I did it. Well, it was season 6. They skipped 1 year, and then they did another half year. So I'm going to.
I know it was on when we were living in Chicago, so that was
maybe
probably
it was 09.
yeah.
Yeah, I think 09 might be a good guess on that.
2011.
Wow. Okay.
So then it really flew by.
Yeah, it did.
6 seasons flew by instead of 8 years. I did say that when we did have our aftercast in
Yep.
May. So I'm not a nerd at all today. So Game of Thrones, that came out. Oh shoot, I lost our board games, but that's
I'd say
okay
you X'd out of it. Why'd you do that?
because I'm dumb. Candyland was the first one that came out, I believe, in 1950.
I do remember.
I like
playing
Candyland.
Who
Yeah.
can forget Candyland? We're gonna go backwards here.
I don't remember anything about it, but I remember playing it.
It's stupid, dude. You pick up a card and it tells you where to go. Basically, it says, "Hey, you go to this color."
Well, it's a very easy one to play with children. Like it's a
Sure.
very
Right.
easy learning game, and it's colorful and it's very imaginative. Like I really like Candyland from when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I've never played Risk. You just had that up. I'm never going to play it either.
Do you remember the episode of Seinfeld when they're playing Risk?
No.
Is it Risk?
Remind
Pretty
me.
Sure. They take it. They play it at Jerry's because they need neutral site. It was Newman and Kramer,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
and Jerry has to guard it, and then they take it on the train, and the guy from the Ukraine just knocks the board. I'll show you on YouTube.
I
Oh, okay.
remember this. I remember it. Yep, I do remember that because it doesn't it just cut at that point.
That's
It does
right
like
at the end of the.
Yep, right at the end of
That's
the
right
episode.
at the end of the episode.
Yep. So yeah, the most popular board game. Mine was Jenga. You guys get other things. You get Taboo and you get Pictionary.
That's hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
I could not remember that the name of the game for the life of me.
I remember playing Scattergories.
That. Yeah. Oh yeah. We play that with my family when we roll the dice and you get that one
You
letter.
Get the letter, and you
Oh,
gotta write
yeah,
things
mhm.
down.
Yeah, that one's very difficult.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's for smart people.
Well, I mean, if you get like something like a U,
Just call Alex stupid.
you ass. What am I, an asshole?
Oh, I might be.
Jeez, it's for stupid people
Oh,
I didn't say it was for stupid people. I said it was for smart people.
or for smart people.
That's what you said.
Can't even get that right.
No.
No, you can't.
No.
Okay, let's move on, guys. That was great.
Talk about an Asian trend.
What's this trend you're talking about? Is this something I can pull up on here?
No.
Is it? It's not a photo or
No, there's a photo of
is
it.
bad.
It's not YouTube appropriate.
Oh no.
So it's something that's happening. It's an Asian trend. So there is a thing happening, like, 'cause Asian trends tend to be like wild.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's a thing called there's a fake camel toe underwear,
Oh my goodness.
and I'm gonna show you a picture of it. And
Wow.
I looked this up, and it is legit. Like, there's girls wearing tight shorts with this, like, it's almost like a silicone
Is it
part
meant?
of your underwear.
Okay,
Sure.
no. So this puffs out.
Yes.
It makes it look like you have one.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Why in the world? I have no idea, but apparently it's a trend, and people are into it.
Oh my god.
So my first thought is, well, why? I'm guessing it's just for attention.
Well, yeah, but
And my second thought is, if you really want to show one, why not show a real one?
well,
Okay,
that's the thing. So
right.
This is really
I
weird
say
to
that
explain.
delicately.
As a
But
woman.
I don't think that there's certain people. If you're,
Okay, so hold on. Let me say something
it's
here.
not that easy.
There's an actual. Okay, so there's one. Guys, Alex.
Oh,
What the hell?
I get it. I
It's
get
not that easy.
Look. Okay, so I just typed in fake camel toe underwear in Google. It's on freaking eBay and oh god.
No. Okay. Yeah. You can't look at that.
Can't look at that.
There's one that's a camel toe concealer.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Just scroll
so,
more to the. Oh, you're looking at those images. Scroll more to the right. I did the same search. Just keep going.
Keep going.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
It's just
so
a bump.
so there's just like a bump. So if you can't get rid of your
If you can't keep your camel toe under control.
we've got people that actually have an issue with it. So whether or want it or you don't. You have options.
Right? You can hide it, or you can bring it to light.
Bring it to life.
I thought you meant by it being underwear, like it was just like a shade on the underwear. I didn't think you meant like
it's padded.
it was like a silicone padding.
There's padding and then there's silicone.
It's faux.
It's a faux toe.
Wow. There's your title right there.
F-A-U-X
I win.
toe.
I win.
Toe. Nice. In case you want to buy any of them, they're only looking like they're $10 a pair.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. I just in case anybody's asking.
Oh man, that's great. What a day. What a day it is.
Yeah,
guys.
but it's a fashion trend.
I guess.
That's what they're labeling it as. It's a
I don't think it's gonna
fashion
hit the
trend.
States.
No.
Well, it's on eBay
It is on eBay.
for $10.
I don't think it's gonna be a trend in the States.
It's not gonna be. It might not be a trend, but people might buy it.
Yeah.
Alex, do you want to buy a pair? And
No.
just be like,
Absolutely
this
not.
is the dumbest thing on the internet right now. Is
Absolutely
the camel
not.
toe underwear?
No. But I passed by that and I clicked on it. I'm like, this isn't a thing. This is a joke. And I clicked on it.
I wish you hadn't.
And I was like, no, it's legit.
Isn't that how
There's
you?
like so many different types too. There's like, if you want a small one
You
or
gotta
like a
have
very
variety.
pronounced one.
Gotta have variety.
God, that just, how can you just go out there and have that kind of confidence? Like, did you know that yep, I've got it. Like,
Good question.
No, so
see,
weird.
See, when men have that problem, there's nothing they can do about it.
Wait, you guys have that problem?
If there's a, if your jeans are too tight and it's like a moose knuckle.
Where, I think it was That 70s Show. Kelso doesn't put his keys in his pocket because it distracts from his natural bulge.
All right.
And
I love
I
it.
think it was at the end of Superbad, and he's like, he's wearing the tight jeans. He's
Yeah.
looking in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mirror,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like-
Yes.
It's like a division sign.
He's like, what did he say? I'm not sure what's above the
What?
other.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's
I
above and below.
can't remember how the line is set up, but that I remember that part.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie.
All right, so we're not
Okay.
talking about camel toes and moose knuckles anymore. What's next?
You had something to say about scooters?
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember us talking about our trip to California last year where...
How could I forget?
How could I forget?
How can I forget?
How could I forget?
But so one thing that's coming to Fort Wayne, which is where we're from, Fort Wayne, Indiana, tomorrow
Yeah, I saw
is
this.
electronic scooters.
Yeah.
So and those are gonna. I don't know where they're gonna be available.
They're gonna be everywhere.
No, they're eventually gonna be everywhere. But on the site on the Fort Wayne
You
site,
mean where
it
they're
didn't-
gonna drop them off?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be in your parking lots. They're gonna be in your.
So the only issue with the scooters is that they really are everywhere. They're just, and that's what they're for, is to just pick up and go. And when you're done, you literally just park them
See,
where you're at, and then
How do
you
they
leave
not end up in the street, in the river? You know, it's junk everywhere.
There's an episode of South Park that aired where Mr. Mackey gets upset about all these scooters.
Yeah, I remember. That came out right after we got back.
Yeah, and it's right there. All the scooters just showing up in front of him.
Because they really do. You can't find one,
Don't
or you
wanna
find like
scoot.
10 of them.
People scooting everywhere.
I will never use these.
They're great.
They're fun.
They are fun, dude. They're electric motor, solar
Get
power,
a motorcycle.
dude. Rent them for an hour.
It is $1 to start it and 15 cents a minute.
Yeah.
Or a mile.
I thought it was per minute.
Maybe it's 15 cents.
Good
I don't know.
Lord.
That's not
It's
bad.
really not that. It's really not that expensive. We
No.
did it from. I think we went 7 or 8 miles on those things.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it seriously wasn't that
you
much.
go about 35 miles an hour.
Or I could just drive my car.
This is if you're okay. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue this
the
with
fact
you.
that they're putting this out now, like this late, like is kind of weird. Why?
Because it just came to Indy last year.
No,
Late in the
this late
year.
in the year instead of
Oh.
like doing it in like spring
Like
break
May?
or May.
That's true. That's very weird that they did that.
So,
There
but
is seasons here.
The funny thing is so the first day Josh and I got to California, we got off the plane, got our stuff, got our rental car, and we just said the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna go try to park as close to the ocean as possible, and then just walk to the ocean. And so Josh and I are taking like almost like a reaction video of us like front facing camera, and you hear Josh in the background going, what are these scooters doing everywhere? Someone's just leaving their scooters around here in
It's a
LA.
brand new thing to
Just
me.
brand new, like shiny scooters laying everywhere, and then we just see people riding them, and then eventually our friend Jared, who lives out there, goes, "Oh yeah, you just download an app, scan it, and you can start it up." And if we would have known that, we would have used it like the whole time we were there.
Yeah, instead
It
of
was
walking
fun.
so far all the
Yeah,
time.
there's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
I
So
really don't see how that will be beneficial in Fort Wayne because it's not very like. It's not Indy. It's not Cali. Like,
There's not that far to go
yeah.
downtown.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I don't know. They already said Headwaters Park and the new park that just came out,
Promenade.
they're not allowed.
Yep.
So, and those are the two places I would think
Sure, a lot of foot traffic.
a lot of foot traffic. So I don't know. We'll see how that works.
yeah, they have specific.
I don't care one bit about this.
Well, it's because you're not going to go anywhere without your car anyway. So,
Very true.
but
Mm.
you're working at your job. You want to go to Chick-fil-A across the street. You don't have to start up your car. Take your scooter
or
across the parking
I
lot.
would probably just walk.
I mean, you got time. You get 1 hour lunch break. So
I know. I thought they were fun.
they were great to ride
It's
on.
very weird when you first get on it because
It's a weird balance.
it's a weird balance
Yeah.
thing. But once you get going, like it's super easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then like when we did that, we didn't wreck or anything. The next
Jared-
week after we left California, Jared just sliced
Jared
his
apparently
arm
like
up
just
and-
ate shit,
Yeah.
like in front of like a liquor store somewhere where someone of the liquor store actually like that owned it came out and was like, dude, oh my god, I saw that, and he had like ripped up his arm and everything.
And they brought out, I think, alcohol to.
Yeah, they brought out like a bottle of alcohol and put it on his arm.
Yeah, he
That was nice of
bashed it
him.
up.
Yeah.
So it's like it goes pretty fast, and you can wreck pretty hard on them. But I like them. I like Bird.
And they have trackers, so I was worried. I'm like, man, Cali's people just gonna pick them up and steal them? Like, no, they've got GPS and stuff on them. Like, you can't steal them, and they're heavy as hell,
They are very heavy.
super heavy.
All right, let's move on from the scooters.
I don't remember what
Scootin'.
FEC is.
Feck. It was a expo convention.
Oh,
Fan
so,
expo convention.
Yeah, so it's
What is
no,
this?
it was not it's Canada Expo.
Then why did we say feck?
Oh, here it is. I don't know why you said. Oh yeah, Fan Expo Canada.
I know my friggin' acronyms.
But did you know what it stood for before she said
I
that?
knew how
you
to
said
make one.
you said you didn't remember.
I knew how to make it.
So
What is this?
Fan Expo Canada. So that happened last week of August. Yeah, this last week of August.
She's
Excuse
just
me.
coughing.
Excuse me. So what I thought was interesting, this popped up on my feed because I like watching like cosplay and learn about cosplay and stuff. So there was this guy. Sorry, my throat's really dry.
Do you mean to go get you something to drink?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There was this guy that was walking around, and this just brought up like a really cool idea that I think a lot of people should get into. So there's a lot of, if you go to an expo, like a Comic-Con, there's tons of cosplayers. So one thing that I didn't think would ever be an issue, but was brought to light was wardrobe malfunction. So a stitch rips, or your gun breaks, or just something needs glued back together before you show it off. Somebody was called a cosplayer fixer-upper, or he put out like a sign that basically said, hey, you need an emergency assistance, need me to fix a stitch, glue something back together, and then had like a text number. And he would go around, and like the news interviewed him and whatnot. He went around fixing like stitches and stuff and getting people all.
Did he charge for it?
I don't know if he charged for it. I think it was
He
just
should've.
to get his name out there.
You should have charged for it.
Either way, having this at a convention is amazing.
Like, and I didn't even think about it, but I was like, wow, I hope that like this just becomes a thing. Like,
I'd do it.
because you know how chargers like to charge your phone, like charging stands weren't a thing, and then eventually it was, dang it, my phone died, I wish there was somewhere to plug my phone in, and now all of a sudden you have like charging stations and stuff. Well,
Right.
you ever think that at a cosplay convention or just at a Comic-Con, oh dang it, this thing ripped or this thing, and I don't have any sewing equipment with me. This guy had like a full wardrobe thing that had like needles and different types of thread and glue, and like
Want to buy a stitch?
he was like a cosplay medic.
Sure.
And he had like a little shirt on, like it looked like a doctor. It was a cosplay doctor.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah,
I'd
it was
call
really
it a cosplay
cool.
doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it because he was super cool.
No, it's smart.
It's a good idea.
That's entrepreneur right there.
We
If he
all-
charges for it, he should charge for it.
We almost went to Indie Comic Con yesterday. It was.
Almost.
We were
we
really.
were really thinking about going.
We were really thinking about doing it. It's.
You know what you should have done
What?
is you should have went down Saturday since your one trip was canceled.
Yeah, but we didn't think about it.
Yeah.
So what would have been better is to go Friday because that's when Tom Holland was there.
Tom Holland was there.
On Friday.
No way.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
do that?
We didn't think about.
We didn't think about it.
Well, on Friday night we were out drinking. And we're like, well,
Oh,
and what
yeah.
else is going on? We started talking about conventions.
Looking
and
up
I looked
conventions, and we're like, oh crap! We're like, oh, Tom Holland was today. Great.
But we were thinking about going. It was like $30 a ticket, which was nothing for a Comic-Con.
No.
It would have been great to go, but we wound up not doing it because then we would have wind up spending more money on a hotel and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Mhm.
hanging out there. But
Yeah.
yeah. You got to go to a convention, dude.
It's a lot of people.
Well, you would think so, but when you
Oh,
go
I know
to
it is,
No, I'm talking about here in Fort Wayne. There's not going to be that many
No.
people.
but the attractions are probably less lucrative.
You would think so, but last year was there was an actual pop convention that came here, and I don't remember who was. I'm gonna read off some of the guests. It was a Fort Wayne. It was a PopCon, and I really wanted to go to that because it was over Christmas break, and let me look up here. That's PopCon Indy. Yeah, it started off on Indy, and then they brought it into Fort Wayne. They had actually a lot of people show up. It wasn't too expensive. But yeah. Anyways,
Anybody of note attend?
do you know who Taylor Gray is?
Nope.
Oh, he is an actor and model, best known for playing a television character in Star Wars Rebels. He showed up.
Okay.
There's a voice actress that showed up, Jamie Marchi. Just some smaller names, but there were a few larger ones that showed up. There was some other things that they had, like contests and stuff like that. Like Alex could probably go into a cosplay conventions contest.
This one they were offering $100 for first place, which is like that's on like a lower.
Right.
It's not like Chicago or California or something, but it's definitely one of like the starter ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What are you looking up?
The thing that we're going to talk about.
Oh, what?
Backpacks,
No, we're not going to talk about that.
What is it?
Texas.
Yep, we're going to talk
What
about
happened
Texas.
in Texas?
And this is probably going to end up happening soon, I think, to a lot of states. So sexting is now illegal in Texas. So, and there's different loopholes or there's different like categories of
Like with
Lo-
your
the law.
spouse.
But so this is, and it's actually on like like a government site, like it's a law now.
Okay, how are they
Okay.
going to police this?
So, but here's the thing. So, we have a lot of issues where you see on YouTube or in the news, like this person's trying to sue this person because they sent a nude pic or whatever to this person and without their permission and then threw it on a website. Well, that actually really is illegal. Like there wasn't really any platform for it at first. Well, now there is.
You know
At
what
least
that's
there is in
called, right?
Texas. What?
It's called revenge porn.
Well, it's also called, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Texas doesn't specifically prohibit sexting. It does consider it a crime when sexual communications, which include sexting, occur between adults and minors, so especially that.
Of course.
There is a code. So distributing or displaying harmful or like sexual material to a minor under the age of 18 is a crime for an adult. The other crime is if Josh and I, for an example, were to sext each other. Apparently that there's not really any law against it.
Because you're married.
Because we're married. But if Josh and I were dating and I were to send him a picture, or if he were to send me a picture, and then we were to break up and Josh does something with that picture, I have every legal right to sue him.
Sure.
Really?
Yes. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
But how would you know it would come from me, though?
I have no idea. I don't know. But so it's a little bit more strict. Like they're making it like super strict because it's been more of an issue, I guess, with adults and people under 18 communicating back and forth with sexting. But they're making and charging adults harder than children.
Well, of course.
Like preteens.
You can't really police kids that well without getting the parents involved.
That's very true. But like this is like the first time I've seen it like pop up. We're like, okay, this is now illegal.
Yeah.
Like this is now a thing.
It's strange that it came from Texas first. Like they're not usually the ones to make the laws like this, like the first ones to do that. Usually it's West Coast, East Coast.
Sure.
Never the Midwest. Midwest never really starts those laws. They usually just
It's
them.
also illegal for one minor to send it to another minor.
right.
Not just an adult and a minor. It's a minor to minor. Like yeah,
Mhm.
can't do it.
Yeah.
But it's a law now.
We were watching Euphoria, and there's a whole like storyline about sexting in it. Like it's huge, actually. It's one person's like burden entirely through the show. So yeah, it's not a joke when that stuff gets leaked. It gets pretty bad. You know, people's lives get ruined. But just don't do it.
It's a felony.
How much?
And it says at least 1 year in prison if you're convicted. And fines can easily exceed $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the severity, I doubt you would serve. Like, I doubt it would come down to serving time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it says though a person convicted may not have to serve any prison time at all. It says you can have up to 1 year in prison.
Yeah.
But it's a felony.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, so that's bad.
I got something else about Texas.
Oh,
They're now starting to require elementary students to learn how to write in cursive.
Bringing it back.
I've been holding this article for a while until Texas came back
Yeah,
up.
so they're bringing it back, and what's funny is that one of the people I work with at work who has children, I think her oldest son is Jeremy's age, so like about 8.
Okay.
And she said he brought some homework home, and it's Beth, by the way, who
Okay.
we're talking about.
Beth. Okay. I'll
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And she brought home, apparently she goes, so I actually had some homework I couldn't help out my son with.
I'm
'Cause
prepared
she
for
has
that.
got chicken scratch handwriting to begin with. Like, I cannot read her handwriting at all.
Okay.
And she's like, so Dad's going to have to help you with this one. I was like, what is it? She's like, they're wanting them to learn cursive again. she goes, so back in the day, I had trace paper and all this other stuff.
Okay, so it was the 2 lines and the dotted line
And
in
the
the middle,
dotted
right?
line in the middle.
And
So
you
apparently
could-
there's like a new weird way of them learning cursive. And she goes, I don't even think I could write a whole sentence in cursive.
Right. Brett,
She said I could sign my name.
what year did you start cursive? Do you remember?
Second grade.
Really?
Yep.
I really want to say mine was 2nd or 3rd.
3rd for me.
Yeah.
But I was in different states, so you guys were both from Indiana going in
Yeah.
elementary. I was in Minnesota. So we had different.
Well, and how
Curriculum,
I
maybe?
remember is you walk in the classroom, and above the chalkboard, at least in kindergarten, it had your
The alphabet.
yes, you had your alphabet,
Yeah.
like your big letter, little letter, all the way across the board, and then you had numbers 1 through like 25 or something,
Yeah.
and then you got to like 3rd grade. I really want to say we learned in 3rd grade, and then all of a sudden you have these, what do they call it? What's the word am I looking?
Calligraphy?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Calligraphy?
How do you say it?
Calligraphy.
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 There
Calligraphy.
you go.
Really? Wow.
Look, even the system got mad at you for that one.
Calligraphy.
I wonder if it's your battery. I wonder if that's what it is.
Nah.
No? Okay. Yeah, calligraphy. I remember using that for reference in 3rd grade, looking up and seeing the A's, B's, like, oh, how do I do that?
And then you walked in, and you're like, that must be a B?
Yeah.
Like, what is
Not-
this that we're going to learn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember that. And
So I thought that was really funny because I was like, what do you mean? I thought they got rid of it. She's like, they're bringing it back.
how my teacher would do it, she would do like the stupid light thing where it was the light board.
Overhead projector.
Yeah, the overhead projector where she'd have to write with those stupid board markers that
Yeah.
that you just use the spray and it just sprays off or wipes off.
I
Do you
liked
remember
learning
that?
on
It was
those.
kind of like dry erase.
Yeah.
But dry erase wasn't big in the 90s for us.
Yeah.
Like we either had chalkboards or overhead projectors.
Did you guys ever do ciphering?
What the hell is ciphering?
Do you remember what
Ciphering
ciphering
is when you stick a hose in the gas tank and you suck until the gas
That's
comes out.
siphoning.
That's
Oh.
siphoning. No, ciphering. So where you take, you split the classroom up in 2 groups. You take one person that goes up the chalkboard, the other person, and then you give them like a math problem, and they have to do it really quickly. And whoever does it first puts the chalk down and turns around.
No, that's
I'm
that's
still-
a weird
I'm
name.
still thinking about
I'm still
siphoning.
stuck on siphoning.
It's called ciphering. That's what I'm pretty sure, unless I'm saying it wrong from what I remember as a child. Like, all right, today we're gonna do ciphering. Everyone's like, yes, we're gonna do because it's like at the end, whoever
Why
won
would you get
got
that excited
candy
for
bars.
that? What? Okay.
Yeah, you get a
Because you
fun
got candy
prize.
bars.
Was it a fun size or full?
I don't remember. Depending on the teacher.
Did you never
It
win?
has to be a fun size. They wouldn't give a kid that much sugar.
You think so?
Like that was always fun. Was doing like that was fun learning. Like you go up and you had to have your back to the board and be like, and
Alex,
what's this question? Turn around and write it down.
It's fun because it's competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You're a competitive
yeah, I'm
person.
a competitive person.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. So yeah, that's all we really had to say about Texas, right?
Yeah. Sexting.
Yeah.
It's a no-no.
I thought
No
there's-
dick pics in
No,
Texas.
no, it's only under certain circumstances. It's a no.
Right.
So no revenge.
Y'all
porn.
are safe.
Yeah, right. We're not
Or
moving to
you would
Texas
be.
anytime soon either.
Yeah.
Right. I had something else on Texas. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember.
You know, last year we made a big deal about us being able to buy alcohol on Sundays.
Yeah.
Do you guys have yet to buy alcohol this
I don't
Sunday?
really buy alcohol.
I don't buy alcohol either. If I do, it stays in my freezer and it.
I know, but like for the
lives
longest
there.
time, it was illegal to buy alcohol on Sundays. I was just wondering if either one of you has taken advantage of our new law that we
No.
can.
Like I didn't like. I thought about it yesterday, getting drinks for Labor Day, but today
Well,
was
that's what I
just
mean
a
is I sent a
bust.
text to everybody because we don't have a lot of us didn't have to work today. So I was like, let's go out on a Sunday,
and it failed.
and it failed because no one's open.
Yeah.
Everyone closes around midnight, and we stay up till 3 in the morning all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So that's our bar trips.
Okay.
Let's move on from that. What do we got time for? It looks
You
like
say we're
getting
not
close.
talking about backpacks.
No.
Oh, time period as a teen.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So that was a Friday night. We went out and we had some drinks. And then somehow this topic came up, and I said, "Wow, that's a great topic." And it was choose a decade or a time of period which you have not lived. So nothing from like, for instance,
Well,
Brett,
no,
nothing
no,
from
no.
85 on.
No. A time period you were already a teen.
Oh, sorry, a time period you have already as a teen. So that would be like us in the 2000s is when we were teens.
I was 20.
Okay, you know what we mean though, right?
No. are
Okay,
you saying?
ages 16 to 18.
Okay.
Pick a time frame which you were not 18, so like the 80s, the 90s,
Okay.
the 40s, which you would have wished you would have liked to live as a teenager.
Well,
Just because of the trends and the simplicity.
I don't think I could go older than like the 70s.
Really.
No?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have wanted to been a teenager like 80s.
No, and the reason why I
no.
say the 70s is because it's relatively close when you talk about just a scale, and because of that 70s show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it wasn't exactly like that.
No, but it has a pretty good representation, I would assume.
Yeah, Alex.
I don't know. My parents said it. They really like it because of that.
They,
because of
because
how,
it's
how
accurate?
much
Like it
was.
reminds them of.
I mean, look
I
at
think
the
my dad said the same
look
thing.
at the decor.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
It's
Dude,
terrible.
It's super ugly. I hate 70s like color and like the
Shag carpet.
yellow and
The yellow and browns were
Brown
huge
and-
and
Yeah,
orange.
like that,
Ugh.
especially the foreman's kitchen just screams
Dude,
70s.
every single time I see that 70s show and I see the kitchen, I have to point out the cheese graters
Cheese
every
grate-
time.
The light fixture, cheese graters turned to light. That might be more a Wisconsin thing than a 70s
That
thing.
yes, yeah, I didn't think about that until you said that. That actually makes more sense, and it also makes more sense that it's an older person's home too, because older folks do weirder things to their
But
knickknacks.
If you notice the
In my opinion,
the kitchen table chairs, the first season it's like this metal green with a cushion,
I'm gonna look up
like
their chairs.
a shaggy cushion, and then after season 1 it's just like this ugly green bucket chair.
I remember it being green.
Yeah, I think I remember the green chairs. But the kitchen in their living room. Like, it reminds me of my grandparents' living room when I was a kid.
You can see on the stairs the shag carpet.
Yes.
Okay, so this was.
Oh, there it is. You just,
So
you,
those are after season 2 because you
Okay.
got that green.
yeah, you have to pick.
I'm gonna show this on our screen here for our
Plastic
YouTube
cushion.
on the right here. Yeah, that's the green. And what was the other one?
It's like this brown plaid cover that just sits on this wire frame kind of thing.
Nope, that's their dining room table. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. Huh, weird.
Well, son of a gun.
No, Josh, click on that picture. Up, fourth picture.
This one?
That one. Yeah.
That's their set.
Yeah,
That's the
I know.
set, but it's
like that right
decorated
there.
appropriately.
Yeah.
Yes, that right there
Or
is
I would
very
assume it's appropriately.
very 70s.
I'm trying to view it. Damn it.
And there you go. That's as big as you're probably gonna get it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the set.
Just-
That's
that
the
is
living
just
room.
like why would anybody think those colors work?
Well, that's that 70s show. You know, the 70s were like that. You know, people just put things together like that. There weren't furniture sets like there are now, Alex. We just bought a
You buy
furniture
it,
set.
You know, you buy an
You don't get
individual
that.
piece like that.
You do.
I assume there's less matching based on that set. you
Right.
know?
Right. Exactly.
It's ugly.
I'm sorry, but that's just the way
They
they
didn't
had
know
to do
it
it.
was.
Yeah.
They
in the
didn't know it was
70s.
ugly.
It's kind of like fashion trends. They didn't know that was ugly. It was good at the time.
So y'all's time periods, what do y'all choose?
I would much rather have been a teenager later than what I was. Maybe just a little bit so I could experience.
Later?
Just a little bit later. I would say maybe about 5 years later.
So you were a teenager in 2002.
Well, okay, 16. I was 16 in 2005.
Okay, 5. Mm-hmm.
All the way to 2000, and yeah, I was 18 in 2006. Okay, no, I was 16 in 2004. Sorry, and then so 05 to 06. I would much
Okay.
rather have been a teenager 09 to 12.
Why?
Just because like cell phones were more prominent, and you could have gotten in touch with people a little bit better, and I mean, it would have been where I was living anyway. It would have been better.
Really?
I think so.
I can't believe that you want it.
Or the 90s, because the 90s were fun too.
But when in the 90s?
Late.
Late 90s?
Yeah.
So you'd much rather just not be a teen when you were a teen and just be
Before
5
or
years
after?
earlier or 5 years later than when you were a
Right.
teen.
Right. Exactly. Because I don't know. I don't think that the 04 to 06 was.
It was kind of a blah time.
It was a blah time.
It was
especially
in the middle of like just there was nothing really fun about us being teenagers around then. Like there wasn't anything big.
Brett, you turned to you were 16 in what year?
2001.
2001. Okay. So, wow. You wouldn't go any later than 70. Alex, what would you do?
I would have loved to be a teenager when my mom and dad were teenagers. So that would have been
late 60s.
19.
They're not that old.
Well, maybe that's my parents.
Oh my god. They were born in the mid and
No,
late
that's
60s.
even kind of early for my mom.
Yeah.
My dad would have been the late 60s.
My dad was born in late 60s. Holy cow.
Yeah.
How much?
No, your parents were born in like the mid 60s.
My dad was born in 54.
Wow.
Really?
Your dad, he has a youthful complexion.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He looks a lot younger than some guys younger than him.
Right. Yeah.
I believe my mom was 65. Was
Okay.
when she was born.
My mom
I could
was
be wrong.
My mom was 61.
65. So Alex should have been 16 in 82,
So
right?
all right. So my mother was just shy
81.
of 21 when I was born, and I was born in 89. So mid 80s. So I'm talking like 83 to 80.
5.
Eight.
I
6,
deliberately did not choose the 80s because the 80s to me just looks like a train wreck.
God awful
I think it looks
hair bands,
amazing.
terrible cameras.
No, I think it looks so much fun.
And like all the cars from the 80s are hideous.
Oh, I can agree with
okay,
that.
there's certain things about the 80s. The cars weren't exactly a
There's
thing.
certain things about the 80s. No,
No,
you
but
can't
just
do
like
that.
the fashion, the music.
All the music sounded the same if it
No.
wasn't like a big band.
Well, there was
it all had the
some-
same tune.
Some of the
in my opinion. Of course.
70s rock, came into their
Yes,
thing in the
mhm.
80s.
They did,
Mhm.
yes.
Hit their peak, I guess you could say.
Right.
No, I would just say like pretty much all of the 80s. I would have loved to be a teenager. Just
Okay.
that like back in the day, like my mom and dad talked about growing up and like just it's hanging out and going to concerts
Mhm.
all the time. Like that was just and then driving around and listening to music. Like that was just what it was. I was all about rock music and going and seeing your favorite band and there's just I don't know my family is very much into music. So like I have my favorite bands, my mother has hers, but it's very like I just think the fashions and everything together, it would have been so much fun to live back in the 80s. It was a simpler time.
That's for sure.
It was a simpler time and it just seemed more fun.
Each time period is simpler than the one after it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, and then it gets really complex.
When's
Like
the,
later.
when was the poodle skirts? Was that 60s?
Yeah.
That'd be the other one. Where I'd want to
Really?
be a teenager.
Just because of the
Wait,
skirt?
Well, it's just like-
what's a poodle skirt?
I'm gonna look one up right now just so we can have it for
Oh, do you not know
reference.
what a poodle skirt is?
Well, I think I do, but if it is what I think it is, I would say it's the 60s.
So when is
Or no, it was
Pleasant?
the 50s. It was the 50s.
I was
When's
wrong.
Pleasantville
I
set
hit a
in?
weird button.
Who?
Pleasantville, the
I don't know
movie,
what that means.
Oh, you never seen Pleasantville?
the black and white
Oh.
that turns into the color movie with
Nope.
Tobey Maguire. No, nothing.
Oh,
okay.
I've heard of that. Yeah, that's the 50s.
Okay, so then it would be the 50s.
Sorry, I was wrong.
I think it's 50s.
That's a poodle skirt.
They're just long skirts.
Okay, so Grease.
I believe that.
That's
was
the 50s.
Okay, so
50s
then
is-
I would
yeah.
have liked to be a teenager in the 50s as
And
well.
the reason why I thought 50s when
This
I
is a
saw that
costume.
is Back to the Future Part 1.
That's literally a
Yeah.
poodle on a skirt,
And
though.
He goes to
Yeah, it's
he
called
goes
poodle skirt.
back to 1955.
No, it's literally a poodle on a skirt.
I know.
That's why they call it that.
No, that's not why they call it that.
Well,
Either way.
kind of worked out.
Either way. So back when like Grease and stuff was set.
They're literally putting poodles on skirts. That's dumb.
They
yes.
did.
Yeah.
So if I had to go back further into another decade, it would definitely be the 50s.
Okay. Why? Well, I mean, that's back when cereal was just starting to get big. You know, breakfast cereals, sugary ones in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
Again, a simpler time.
A simpler time.
It was
Commer-
a
That's
for
simpler
sure.
time. No
Yeah.
internet.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I read you got your news from a newspaper.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
It wasn't always factual.
Couldn't be any more fake than
Well,
what you
you-
see
right.
today.
Right. All hearsay. Do we have anything else we want to touch on? Are we hitting time here, Brett?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Alex, you want to plug your Twitch for when you stream and all that jazz?
So yeah, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/Q_kitty, KUTEKITTI. I stream on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
You took last
Evening.
night off.
I did.
Yeah.
It was a holiday weekend, so and we were watching a movie.
Right.
We
and
did play Gears of War on Saturday.
we did.
Speaking of
Good
Gears
job on
of
everybody.
War, so I do believe if you're have Ultimate Game Pass, you can play 4 days early.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is Friday, because I believe it launches on the 10th, which makes the 6th.
Is that why they keeps on getting advertised as that date for me as the 6th?
I think so.
Probably. Yeah, that is the 6th.
How
Friday.
many days early? Early
4.
access?
4 days early.
The 5th.
Okay,
So
that's
Thursday?
Thursday.
Yep. Yeah, it says right here, early access has been moved up to the 5th.
All right.
So Brett, that's stream night. You want to play Gears?
No, I
that
told
was-
you I got to play the campaign before any horde.
That was 5 days ago where they moved the early access date up. So it's going to be early for everybody a little bit more.
But
That-
you have to have Game Pass Ultimate, right?
Correct. Or pre-order it.
Oh yeah.
Which we have that, right?
If those of you who pre-ordered the Gears
No,
5
you
Ultimate
don't
Edition,
pre-order it.
No, we have Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh.
that she considers it that a pre-order. Gears 5 Ultimate Edition, if you pre-ordered that or are part of the Game Pass Ultimate thing.
You know, as I think about Game Pass Ultimate, I'm like, it's a cool thing, but if you don't have a somewhat powerful PC, is it really worth the extra $5?
Not all computer games take that much.
Yeah.
If you think your computer maybe, because yours is like
Mine is powerful, but it doesn't have a very good graphics card.
no, it's a
which
laptop
I
too.
completely overlooked when I bought the thing.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to use it for gaming anyway, right?
Well, that was a deciding factor. I wanted one that I could. I
Okay.
wouldn't do it often, but I wanted one that I could do it, and it has everything it needs except a good graphics card, which I probably just buy one and put it in.
Laptops are pretty shell.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get into those
can't,
sometimes. But yours is HP. It might be a little more open-ended. But yeah,
You know what else we got going on?
we got Borderlands coming.
11 days.
11 days.
By the
11
way,
days.
I went back to Borderlands 2, played
Yeah.
it for 10 minutes, uninstalled it. Just
Aw.
Okay.
We just beat it.
We just did. Well, we just
For like the third time.
finished the campaign. Now we're gonna do our DLC.
Yep, we're
So-
gonna do that. Just kind of get ready to go into the next story.
3 comes up soon. Really
11
excited.
days.
Really excited. I can't wait.
And then technically, so 3 days prior to that is the actual release for Gears.
Okay.
So it's the 10th and then September 13th for Borderlands.
But yeah, my Twitch.
Yeah, so Josh, your Twitch.
I Twitch stream Sunday and Saturday morning and Wednesday evening. If you want to follow me, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L, MISTERL. I had someone on Twitch ask me what the L actually stood for. It is my last name.
Huh.
And
I never heard.
I am also a big fan of Super Paper Mario, and Luigi turns into an antagonist in that one for a short period of time, and his name is Mr. L.
Oh, nice.
It's very fun.
Huh.
It's very fun. I want to play it again, but I have to buy a Wii U, I think, or I think I might have a booger in my nose. I want to get a Wii U to play it again, or a new Wii. It wasn't. It was just an itch.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah. Plugs.
Let's see the plugs. Josh, you have the plugs.
I do have the plugs. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us on our YouTube live, watching us, putting it on the comments. Thank you very much for joining us. If you are listening to us, join us live as well, by the way. We are live on YouTube at 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, unless we announce it on our Twitter if we're pushing it back, or we don't have a podcast, which doesn't happen all the time. We normally take maybe one or two a year. Like there was a time we wouldn't take breaks like ever. Like there was a whole like year we never did.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So if you want to follow us on our audio platforms, we are on most notable is Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, and Google Play Music, iHeartRadio. Yeah, Google search us, please. We're all over the place. One thing I did want to leave a note on real quick here is even though if you can't support the stream via buying anything off of us or anything, give us a like, give us a share. That always helps the podcast. That's really nice of you to do. And we do appreciate the people that are doing that. I do see the guys doing that on SoundCloud. A lot of podcasts repost us on there. So thank you guys very much for doing that.
Leave a review.
Yeah. Leave a review as
on
well.
iTunes or
Anything.
Anywhere that gives that allows reviews, give us a review.
Yeah, we do appreciate those as well. If you want to follow us on our social media apps, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we're on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty.
I got two final notes.
Okay.
So first one, I was at work the other day, and this young guy with a young kid in the cart walks up, and he's like, "Can you tell me where the Kool-Aid Squeeze-Its are?" and I thought I knew what he meant. I was like, "Yeah, follow me." And I look back at him, and I'm like, "Interesting choice of words to call it Squeeze-Its. What year were you born?" He's like, 1986. I'm like,
yeah.
I was born in 85, so I just had a chuckle. I think it kind of threw him off that I asked that, but the key word there was Squeeze-Its, which was not a Kool-Aid brand. I think it was a own
Squeeze-Its
thing.
were Squeeze-Its.
Now they're Kool-Aid Bursts, but they're essentially the same.
Dude,
thing.
But Kool-Aid had their own.
Yes.
Back in the day.
They did.
It was Kool-Aid, which sucked, by the way, and then Squeeze-Its, which were good.
I don't remember them how they tasted and
the Kool-Aid ones,
comparatively
nasty.
to Kool-Aid, but anyway.
Either way, terrible.
Do they still make Squeeze-Its?
Full of corn
No, they
syrup
don't
and sugar.
Still make Squeeze-Its, they don't.
It's funny you were mentioning something like that where it kind of brings back to vintage. I was wearing a hoodie in Target the other day, and it had The Used on it, which is a band that we listen to.
Remember.
And it had their logo from their earlier days where their first album came out in 2005, I believe. And somebody called it vintage. Actually, it was the worker there called it vintage, and I was like, "Are you serious? How
old does something have to be considered vintage?"
That's a good question. That's a good
know,
question.
I would say.
I think it depends on the person.
I think the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, if you go to register a car, it's a classic car after 25 years.
Okay.
So you can
25?
take that from what it is. That doesn't seem long enough to me.
No. I mean, one thing that I do like to add to what the factor could be is if they still produce it,
right?
If it still has the same logo, or if it's still being made the same.
Sure.
Because now Mountain Dew, older recipes are considered vintage.
Sure.
Because nowadays you can't drink it out of a can, Brett. You hate it.
If you think about a 1996 Ford Mustang, and I know what they look like, that to me is not a classic
96?
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up.
What it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see what that looks like real quick.
You know what I think is vintage is the wood on a car. Like the
wood paneling?
Yes, the wood paneling, that's vintage to me.
That's awful.
I know.
What was the year? 96?
1996. Do Ford Mustang GT.
It's right there. We're gonna look that up real quick, and oh, that's a bad image right there. Someone just taking an amateur photo.
Dang it, Brett. You're
Oh,
right.
that's a Mustang.
That's a Mustang? That's ugly.
That's
It's
horrible.
just a very. I mean, you think that's bad? You should see the Mustangs from the '80s.
That is
God, that's
ugly.
That's really ugly.
96.
You know,
Holy
the only
cow.
reason I know that's a Mustang
The
is
horse?
because there's a horse on the front of
the
it.
pony.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. It's not even like it doesn't even give like a
Oh my
premium.
God, that is horrible.
We're showing it on our YouTube, by the way, for our audio listeners. That's what we've been doing all day, is basically showing up stuff that
So-
That
in
is
reference.
horrible.
So I would even argue if it's not vintage until it's 30 plus.
Right. Yeah. So
I'm just so sad right now.
I guess you can say Squeeze-Its are vintage then.
Sure.
They are vintage because they don't make them anymore. The
I
last
told you
time
they didn't make
the
'em.
last time they put them out on the shelf was 2011 and 12.
I do remember seeing those.
can't
when
believe
I
it was that
working-
late
Yeah.
even.
No, they took them off in 2001 and then they came back in 2000 and like in the middle there and then they took them off again and then they came back again 11 and 12 and now they've been gone since. And I'm looking at them and like my mouth is watering so bad because it was like, are they on sale, Mom? Can we get Squeeze-Its?
They were probably like $2 for a
They-
6-pack.
They used to like, probably. Mom, can I get a
97.
6-pack when you go?
Just pick me up a 6-pack, Mom. I'll be here eating Cheetos playing Mario.
Yes, play Mario. I remember the really cool ones where they were clear and they came with a pill and you put the pill like a little like it was like a sugar pill and you put it in there and you shook it up and it turned a different color. It was a mystery
Whoa.
color.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
Whoa,
it was like
Alex, you're
Squeeze-Its
going-
mystery.
You're going
Oh
weird with that.
man, oh man, just
I got one more final note.
I wanted to squeeze it so bad.
That's what she. Oh, you had
Yes!
just, you
Ah,
teed me up for that one.
my mouth is watering really bad. I really want to squeeze it.
So
Alex, stop saying that.
Patrick texted me the other day, and he's like, "I used your line on my wife," and I'm like, "What?"
What? That's kind of
And he's like, "Yeah, she asked me a question, just something, standard."
Yeah.
And he goes, "What am I, an asshole?" And I said, "That's awesome. What did she say?" And he's like, "Well, she just looked at me." And then she said, "No."
Well,
no.
'cause it catches you off guard.
Right?
That's how it works.
I gotta use that. I gotta use that.
Oh.
Well, you can't use it on me.
No, what? Why not? Because then you're like, yeah.
You should use it on your mother.
No. I don't know how she'd take that. What she'll do is she'll come up to me and she'll flick me in the side of my face.
She doesn't really she doesn't really ask you stupid questions.
No, I ask Mom stupid questions.
Well, then Buka needs to say it to you.
I know.
Right.
It's like if she were to say that, I would I don't know what reaction I would have.
All right, we're going to get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on our podcast. We'll be here next week for episode 177. Thanks for joining. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.